Hi guys, welcome to my channel. OBED Kazachat here. This is Guinea Review, and here I review building materials, building components and general building solutions. If this is your first time here, I'd like you to hit the subscribe button, like my videos and do well to share. And if you're returning, thank you very much for coming back. Today I'll be sharing tips you need to look out for when you're house hunting. Yes. And at the end of this video, I'll be sharing one very important tip, and I know you don't want to miss it. You don't want to learn by experience. Now, it is generally said in Nigeria that there are 3 things you need to look out for when you're house hunting. Number 1, location. Number 2, location. And guess what? Number 3 is also a location. So just hold on, sit tight, and we're going to get deep into it. Let's dig in, guys. Tip number 1, security. You would want to be sure that wherever you want to move into, the locality you want to move into is safe and is secure for your children, for your property, for your family generally. So you would want to check out the fence, the gate system, the burglaries, the windows, the doors, the fenestration. All of those things are very important, and I think you should check the conditions of all of those things, because most times the agents or whoever is listing this apartments, these houses, all they want is just for you to pay, and if they're supposed to get their commission, they get their commission, and you have to live with whatever deformity or whatever condition of whatever you meet there. Like, you have to live with it, you have to deal with it yourself. So you would want to check all of those things. Remember, again, I said the fencing system, your gate system, the windows, burglaries, and the doors, the main entrance, the exit door, the doors to every room, every space in the house. You would want to be sure that they are all intact before you consider taking that apartment. Tip number 2, you would want to check out the structural integrity. Now, structural integrity is basically to know that this structure is in good condition, basically. Now, you're not a structural engineer, you're not a civil engineer, so there's a limit to how much you would know. So, but basically, things you can look out for are cracks. You would look out for cracks, you would look out for major peel-offs. Peel-offs, when I say peel-offs, I mean like plastering, major peel-offs of plaster and all of that. You would want to look out for that. And then the columns, if you can see the reinforcement bars, like you can see the iron bars in the concrete or in the building, then there's a problem. So you would want to be sure that to a great extent, structurally, that building is still safe for you to move into with your family or by yourself. But it should be safe though. That's what I'm trying to say. Tip number 3. Now, the rooms generally, there are things you should look out for. The finishing, the wall conditions, the flooring, all of those materials that are used to finish the spaces. I've heard of people having domestic accident, falling in their bathrooms and all of that. You would want to be sure that the bathroom, especially the tiling material used in the bathroom, is not a slippery one, because most times contractors just build and then they could decide to just use whatever tile that comes their way. So they would install a slippery tile in the bathroom, and of course, that's very dangerous. So you would want to be sure that the bathroom was finished properly with the proper tile or with the proper floor finish material. It shouldn't be a slippery material to avoid accident and all of that. Of course, these are things that you can actually, if you love the location, you like the house, you like the environment, you like the estate, and you think it's something you can actually fix yourself, you can run all of those maintenance yourself, then you can go ahead. But these are basic things, and they are very, very vital, and you should consider them. You shouldn't take an apartment where the bathroom is finished with a slippery tile. You wouldn't want to do that to yourself. Then you would also want to look at the walls, the condition of the walls. You would like to be sure that the wall condition is okay. Like I did a video about dampness, so you want to be sure that the wall doesn't have a dampness problem. So if it does, you would want to treat that yourself if you want to, but if you don't want to, that's a red flag, and you should reconsider taking that apartment. Another thing you would want to check, I talked about the finishings of those spaces, like the interior space. You would want to be sure what material was used on the ceiling, what material was used on the flooring, on the walls as well. You would wonder, why should I bother myself about the ceiling material, the ceiling finishes? I stumbled upon a document that was talking about how dangerous asbestos ceiling material is to human health. So I would like you to look that up. I'm going to drop a link in the description box, and I want you to check it out. It's not very healthy for humans, so I would want you to check that out. So, and all other general finishing materials, you would want to be sure that this material is not dangerous to our health, because I mean, you're going to be staying there for a while, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. So you want to be sure that whatever is in this space is okay, is safe for me and my family. You would also want to be sure that those spaces are properly ventilated. Okay, one sign to know that a space is ventilated is when you have windows opposite each other or windows adjacent each other. So a space that has just one window, and that's just the window in that space, is not properly ventilated, and you want your space to be properly ventilated, properly aerated, that when a bad air comes this way, or when a good air, a fresh air comes this way, whatever bad air, whatever saturated, whatever the place is saturated with, there's going to be another opening where that bad air is going to be flushed out. So you want to look out for that as well. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but engineers, architects, and people who understand these things would actually be on the lookout for those things. And that's why I want you to look out for those things, because they are very important. Tip number 4. So tip number 4, you'll be checking out the toilet. I mentioned earlier that you would want to be sure that the floor finishing material of your toilet is a non-slippery material. That's number 1. Number 2, you would want to check the conditions of your manhole, the condition of your inspection chamber, the condition of the sockaway pit. You would want to be sure, and every drain system in that apartment, you would want to be sure they are all functional, they are all working properly. You would want to be sure that they are good. Yes, in the past we've had cases of people seeing snakes in their toilets and all of that. That's because majorly the manholes and the inspection chambers are not properly treated. So there's either a hole where such animal could creep into your toilet. So you would want to be sure that all of that is treated well, and there's no hole where any animal or any creeping animal could creep into your convenience. So you want to be on the lookout for that. Be sure that they are all functional, that they are all okay. If there are maintenance to be done, you either negotiate with whomever is in charge, or if it's something you can do yourself, you love the space that much and you want to do it yourself, then you can go ahead and get it done. But be sure to treat all of these things before you move into a new space, especially if that's your first time there, because you don't know what's going on around there. You don't know the kind of animals around there. You don't know all of those. You don't have all of that detail. So you want to be sure that whatever you can see that poses problems, you'll be sure to deal with it. You'll be sure to take care of that as well. You can also fumigate the whole house. You can fumigate the spaces and everywhere, the compound, and to be sure that whatever is in the environment, you have a way of dealing with it. And for those using a central sewer system, you can just check the immediate. For those using that, they don't usually have the septic. They don't usually have the septic tank and the But so there's a central sewer system. So but what you can do is you just check the pipings, all of those the pipings, to be sure that they are in good condition. And then the last point I promised you to watch till the end so you would get to know is you'd be sure to check out outstanding bills. Yes, so on this part of the world, like oftentimes people move into spaces and they're like, oh, I didn't know that these guys had outstanding bills, electricity bills, gas bills, water bills, and all of that. So you'll be sure that you have a document that proves or shows that there's no outstanding bill whatsoever. So you don't move in and then you would be the one to pay for bills someone had already used or consumed. So guys, that will be all for now. I hope this video was helpful. I would like you to hit the subscribe button. I would like you to share and like my videos. If it blesses you, I mean, you should share to bless others. And of course, to support me, that's the best you can do for me right now. Just like my videos, share them, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon. You can do that as well. And I'll see you on the next one.